Hello, Steve Isaiah 9. We'll have some interesting news about Master Universe, and some weird news about Master Universe, or rumours. The rumours are, first up, that they're going to do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Master Universe Origins crossover, offshoot, spin-off line or something. They've done like a wrestling one. Aside from one character that kind of looks like she could be Eternian, the rest, I personally just think look kind of stupid, and I have no interest in them at all. So I don't know why they'd do that. I mean, the Turtles are close enough in scale to the Master Universe. If you want to play with them together, you can. Who needs an Eternian turtle? I can't. So putting that aside and forgetting about that, pretending that doesn't exist, because I feel like they're just wasting their resources. They should be spending their time on like a Princess of Power line, or a Filmation line, or a 2002 line, instead of doing like a Turtles line. But the good news is, the rumour is that they're going to be doing Filmation figures now, which means there must have been some truth to what Spectre Creative was saying about the rights issues, because it looks like they finally negotiated something with Universal and Filmation, because they couldn't make any Filmation toys before because they didn't have the license. But now apparently they're going to be making He-Man and Skeletor, so in like Wave 15 or something. So it looks like, the rights, crossed over like Spectre Creative said, but instead of ending things, they've just negotiated their own contract, and now Mattel has access to the Filmation figures, which is great, because I was just about to go down the classics road, because I didn't want to do that. When they first came out, I'm like, no, they're a separate scale, they're not compatible with the ones you've got, you'd have to buy everything. I just didn't do it. But then I kind of regretted it, because they did characters that were in the TV series and Filmation characters that, they didn't have as toys, like Adora and Scorpia and Shadow Weaver. But then Super 7 did some of them, but then Mattel pulled back that because they were doing too well and brought out Origins instead. But I would rather have had the Filmation ones, well, at least before they finished. So I was sort of thinking, because I got the Thundercats Ultimates, and they're kind of 6 inches. I thought, that's kind of compatible with the classics, and I want the movie He-Man Skeletor, and they're in the classics line. I'm like, well, if I get them, am I going to end up getting others? And then, what do? Do I just get He-Man Skeletor, Hordak, She-Ra, and then just the random ones that, I wanted, like Scorpia and Adora and that? Will I be able to stop? Will I just be able to get that little sort of extra little group of ones that aren't in the other collection and not feel like I have to get all the others? Like, will I be able to go down that rabbit hole and not, just keep going? So I hadn't made that decision yet, because I could always just get the Masterverse movie He-Man and movie Skeletor and then skip classics. But then will I start collecting Masterverse? I don't know, I don't think so. But now maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can just wait. And I mean, classics managed to do the He-Man and Skeletor from the movies, but I think that's because they weren't they weren't directly with Mattel, because the guy who did the costumes or has the rights or something doesn't want to do any figures for Mattel for some reason. I don't know what the issue there is. They must have wronged him or something. I don't know what his issue is, but apparently had a hell of a time getting the rights to do the figures for classics, and he wouldn't do them for Mattel. So I don't know, but I mean, I'm hoping now I'm actually going to get all the characters that I want in 5.5 now. All the Filmation characters that hadn't been released before and haven't been released since, like Adora and Red Catra and the Scorpia, and some of the other ones from, maybe some of the other ones in the mini comics as well they still haven't done, that they did in the classics line, like Geldor and stuff like that. That's what I'm hoping to get, some of those characters, instead of chasing the classics ones, some of which are very expensive at this point. I can probably just wait and get them in the Origins line. And like the whole issue about was it going to end, it kind of looked like it was to me, because I felt like they run out of all the good things to do, and I'm like, well, unless they do Prince of Power or the 2002 line or the Filmation versions, what are they going to do next? And then they just started making stuff up, like Frogmonger and some of those ones, and I'm just like, are they just going to recolor everything and just sort of go Generation 2 on it, or what? I just sort of wasn't sure what was happening there. That's why it was very easy to buy that they were sort of winding down and they were just going to go on to online and not be on retail. But as we saw, They made that announcement recently to say that they had more things in the pipeline. This wasn't it, because sort of how it looked was that they were just putting everything out before they sort of ended off the contract and everything, but apparently not. Apparently they're doing Stake Mountain and attachments and extra figures, and they're going to be doing further waves. So this is all good if they're Filmation. If they're just random stuff, made up stuff, recolored stuff, I wasn't that interested in the last couple of lines. But if they start doing Filmation ones and bring out all the characters I don't have, it will be absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to sit back and just wait to see what they put out and what's coming in 2024 and 2025. I'm just really happy to hear this, because this is what was missing for me, because I really wanted the Filmation characters, but I didn't want to go down the classics road, and I may be able to avoid it after all. Bye.